This is the vlog for November 7th, 2018. And what a day. Um, so, like I said last night, it's sort of pointless to be doing a vlog in the moment of the elections when everything's up in the air. Um, because all I have to do is do another one the next day talking about what has actually happened, and everything's fine. Um, but at the same time, uh, it's been a heck of a day. So, given that this is election week, I am going to keep talking about sort of political government stuff. Um, Again, I'm trying to stay in a scholarly capacity. Not that I'm much of a political science scholar, but I think it's better to look at these things without trying to stake a side and say, oh, I'm right, you're wrong, that kind of thing. Um, so, what it looked like last night has actually come to pass. The Democrats have taken control of the House of Representatives, but the Senate still maintains a majority Republican uh, majority. I could have phrased that better. And obviously, the president is still Republican because the president is still Donald Trump. He won't be up for re-election for another 2 years. Um, I don't think it's any secret that I'm no big fan of Trump. Um, I want to give most Republicans the benefit of the doubt. I think that just because they have different ideas than me doesn't make them less valid people or even less valid ideas. I mean, they have their reasons for being the way, for feeling the way they do, and voting the way they do, and making the decisions that they do. But I'm liberal. That's where I am in the grand scheme of things. And I also know that you don't get to just have your way no matter what. You have to work with people um, from all walks of life to get anything done in this world. But there are some nut jobs. There's nut jobs on the Democrat side, to be perfectly honest. Um, I'm not going to go naming any right now because I don't want to make them look bad. But the thing that is killing me right this minute is a gentleman by the name of Brian Kemp. Mr. Kemp is running for, I believe, governor of Georgia and has like 0.3% up on his opponent in the Democratic camp. But today he did something very bizarre, which was release the identities and addresses of something like 200,000 absentee voters. I don't know what he was hoping to accomplish, but he's just making people's information more public. I mean, honestly, these pieces of information are technically already public, but the way in which he delivered the information was completely unprofessional, completely uncalled for, um, barely legal, and not in the fun way, um, and is not going to do him any favors. I mean, his opponent is already going to demand a recount or a runoff just to make sure that um, everything is square. But this guy's not. I have to wonder what he's thinking. He's also in charge of an election committee, even though he's running for election. Like that, just from a very basic standpoint, that is a gross um, conflict of interest. And he should have stepped down from the election committee when he was decided to run for an office. And he's just not doing anybody. He's not doing his party any favors. He's not doing himself any favors. He's just looks like he's trying to power grab to become governor of Georgia because he just wants to be governor of Georgia, which I don't think is good for the people of Georgia. I don't know if his opponent is that much more suited, but at least she seems a lot more honest at this point. But the real story, of course, today is that about 5 seconds after the Democrats took the House of Representatives from the Republicans, Donald Trump, President of the United States, fired Jeff Sessions. Like he had his finger over a button just waiting to press it as soon as the election was over. Jeff Sessions, if I remember correctly, was in special prosecutor. I'm going to do a little bit of fact searching while I'm reading here. Oh no, he's attorney general. Or was until today. I don't know. I just. I mean, I suppose it's redundant to say a lot of things Donald Trump does seem absolutely crazy. Um, I guess he figures if he can just fire everybody that disagrees with him, eventually he'll have nobody but people who agree with him working for him, which will create the business atmosphere he's liked to cultivate for decades. But I just really cannot wait for the day where he's not president. That's the one beautiful thing about the way the presidency works. He's got 8 years maximum, and he only gets the second 4 of those if he runs for president again and wins. And while the people who like him a lot, it's looking more and more like he's driving away the moderates and undecideds that basically got him the job in the first place. It seems very likely they won't be voting for him in the next election. The Republicans are in a tough spot because I'm sure a lot of them don't like his rhetoric either, and they can't nominate a different person to run on the Republican ticket in 2020. They just can't. It would divide the party, and they would almost certainly not win. And they'd rather win with Trump than not win at all, so they're going to have Trump rerun for president. The Democrats, on the other hand, have to find somebody who is savvy enough to get people who might have voted for Trump to not vote for him and ignore the people that were going to vote for Trump no matter what Trump did. Trump could probably walk into a daycare with an AK-47 and there would be people voting for him, so long as the daycare was full of non-white people. Again, I'm getting too heated about this. I just have to look forward to the day where he's gone. I have to hope that I live that long, although it should only be another 6 years at the most. 6 years. 6 years, I'm going to be 43. I'll be 43 before I'm guaranteed a new president other than Donald Trump. Honestly, anybody would be better, as long as it wasn't one of his ardent supporters that has the same hateful manner that he has. The world is darker for the loss of John McCain. He was a hell of an American. Well, probably won't be talking too much about politics for the rest of the week now that most of the major upheavals have happened. But if anything super interesting happens, I'm sure it's going to be something I'm thinking about and something I'm going to talk about. I apologize if you like my lack of political commentary most of the time, and that's why you come look at these vlogs, for all 4 of you out there that actually do. But until then, I'm Eric Spornitz, and tomorrow will be better.